Plymouth just announced the 2026 Roadrunner is officially coming back, and they're claiming it's louder, meaner, and faster than ever. But is it actually going to live up to that hype? Or is this just another disappointing retro cash grab? Let's break this thing down. I've been digging through every spec, every photo, every detail Plymouth's released about this car. And I gotta tell you, there are 3 things about this Roadrunner that are either going to make it legendary or completely embarrass the Plymouth name. And one of these things is so wild, I honestly didn't believe it until I saw the official numbers. Stick around, because this gets interesting fast. First, let's talk about what this thing actually looks like, because the design is either genius or a complete disaster. Plymouth says they've taken classical proportions with modern aerodynamics, which sounds like marketing speak for, we photocopied a 1970 Roadrunner and added some plastic bits. But looking at the actual photos, they might have actually pulled this off. The proportions are spot-on classic muscle car. Long hood, short deck, wide stance that looks like it's ready to pounce even when it's parked. The LED lights don't look like someone just glued iPad screens to the front of the car. The iconic grille is there with the Roadrunner emblem, but it's not trying so hard to be retro that it looks like a cartoon. This is what happens when designers remember that muscle cars are supposed to look mean, not cute. But here's what really sold me on the design. The aerodynamics actually work. Plymouth's claiming improved airflow over the original without making it look like a science experiment. The rear spoiler isn't some massive wing that screams, "I peaked in high school." It's integrated, functional, and doesn't ruin the classic silhouette. When you can make a car look this good and make it more aerodynamic than the original, that's not accident. That's serious engineering. Second, the engine options are where things get absolutely ridiculous. Standard engine is a 6.4-liter V8 making 540 horsepower. That's not the crazy part, that's just the starting point. The crazy part is the supercharged 6.2-liter option that's pushing over 700 horsepower. We're talking about more power than most people know what to do with, wrapped up in a package that Plymouth claims you can actually drive every day. But it's not just about the horsepower numbers, it's about how they're delivering that power. The adaptive suspension system can apparently switch between comfortable grocery store cruising and track day violence faster than you can change your mind. Aluminum chassis keeps the weight reasonable, so all that power isn't just pushing around a refrigerator with wheels.
The Brembo brakes are serious pieces of equipment, not just the usual slap some bigger discs on it and hope for the best approach. These are brakes designed for cars that can actually use 700 horsepower without turning into expensive lawn ornaments. And the advanced traction control isn't just there to keep you from doing something stupid. It's designed to let you have fun while keeping you out of the hospital. That's the difference between good engineering and great engineering. Third, and this is where Plymouth either nailed it or completely missed the point, the interior and technology integration. The retro-inspired gauges with digital displays could have been a complete disaster. You know how most manufacturers do retro interiors? They either go full museum piece with zero modern convenience, or they go full spaceship and forget they're making a muscle car. Plymouth's apparently figured out how to split the difference. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, surround sound system, all the stuff you actually want to use, but it's integrated in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're sitting in someone's gaming setup. The digital displays give you the information you need without looking like they belong in a Tesla. But here's what really impressed me: the safety and usability features. Adaptive cruise control, 360-degree camera system, all the modern stuff that makes a car actually livable in 2026 traffic. This isn't just a weekend toy that sits in the garage most of the time. This is a car you can actually drive to work, take on road trips, use for regular life stuff, without feeling like you're punishing yourself for wanting something fun. The fact that they managed to pack all this technology into a muscle car without making it feel like a rolling computer lab, that's harder than it sounds. Most manufacturers screw this up completely. Either the tech feels tacked on, or the car loses its muscle car soul. Plymouth seems to have figured out how to have both. But here's where I initially got this completely wrong. I thought Plymouth was just trying to recreate the past with some modern convenience thrown in. Just another nostalgia play for middle-aged guys who want to feel young again. Actually, they're building something way more ambitious. This isn't just about recreating the 1970 Roadrunner experience. This is about taking everything that made the original Roadrunner special: the performance, the attitude, the accessibility, and making it work in 2026. That's way harder than just copying old homework.
So here's what we've got. The 2026 Plymouth Roadrunner that's louder, meaner, and faster than ever. And based on these specs, they might actually be telling the truth for once. 540 horsepower as the starting point. Over 700 horsepower if you want to get serious. Design that looks like a proper muscle car without feeling like a museum piece. Technology that works without taking over your life. And build quality that suggests you might actually be able to drive this thing for more than 6 months without major repairs. Is it perfect? Probably not. But is it the kind of car that makes Ford Mustang and Chevy Camaro owners start questioning their life choices? Based on what Plymouth's showing us? Absolutely. But you haven't seen Ford's response to this Roadrunner revival, have you? Because while Plymouth's been planning this comeback, Ford's been working on something that's either completely brilliant or completely insane. The 2026 Ford Mustang pickup that's going to make every truck owner in America lose their minds. Click on that video right there to see the truck that Ford thinks can steal thunder from Plymouth's muscle car masterpiece. Trust me, you're going to want to see this before it hits the streets.